My beautiful viewer, please subscribe my channel and like the video. In the heart of the jungle, a baby elephant gets trapped on a railway track. Its innocent cries echoing through the forest. The mother, desperate, tries to free her child, but danger looms as predators lurk, waiting for their chance to strike. The sound of an approaching train adds attention. The big elephant faces an impossible choice: stay and fight or leave her baby behind to seek help. Time is running out, and the situation becomes more life-threatening by the second. What unfolds is a battle of courage, love, and survival like no other. In a serene jungle clearing, not far from the railway track, a small baby elephant playfully wanders, oblivious of the dangers that surround him. The baby, with his innocent curiosity, steps closer to the railway line, which cuts through the forest like a scar. Unbeknownst to the young calf, a fateful moment awaits him. In a moment of misstep, his tiny foot slips between the tracks, and he's trapped, unable to move. His cries echo through the jungle, reaching the ears of his mother, a towering elephant who rushes to his side. The mother, panicked, tries relentlessly to free her calf, using all her strength to pull him out of the iron grips of the railway tracks. But her efforts are in vain. The sun blazes down on the mother and baby, casting long shadows on a scene of helplessness. The situation worsens as she senses other predators lurking, lions and wolves that are always ready to pounce on the weak. The jungle, once a safe haven, turns into a place of life-threatening danger. Knowing she cannot leave her child to fend for himself, but also realizing she cannot free him alone, the mother elephant faces an impossible dilemma. She has to make a choice: seek help or stay and risk the baby's life to the hungry predators closing in. With no time to lose, she makes the heart-wrenching decision to leave her baby temporarily and find help. Time is running out, and the dangers are mounting by the second. As the story progresses, the intensity builds. The mother elephant, already tense in the surrounding dangers of the jungle, watches helplessly as her baby elephant, barely old enough to understand its surroundings, gets its legs stuck in the railway track. The baby lets out heart-wrenching cries, pulling and struggling to free itself, but every movement only worsens the situation. The metal rails are heavy, unyielding, and it's clear that the baby will not be able to free itself without assistance. The jungle is alive with sounds: birds cawing, distant rustling of leaves, and the approaching steps of predators. The mother elephant knows that leaving her calf alone in such a vulnerable state is dangerous, but she also knows that without outside help, the baby is doomed. Every second spent at the track increases the risk that predators will find them or that the train, which only passes once a week, will arrive. Torn between staying to defend her baby and seeking help, the mother elephant hesitates. But soon, the unmistakable scent of lions fills the air. She can see them lurking at a distance, their golden eyes fixed on the baby, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. These are not solitary predators. A pack of wolves has joined the lions, all of them eyeing the baby elephant as easy prey. Her maternal instincts kick in, but her massive size and strength are no match for the metal rails. She tries to push, pull, and even lift the rails with her trunk, but they do not budge. Her heart races as her baby continues to cry out, now more fearful as it notices the approaching predators. Determined, the mother elephant makes a difficult decision to leave her baby momentarily to search for help. She trumpets loudly, a cry that reverberates through the jungle, hoping it will reach the ears of any nearby animals or humans who might offer assistance. But the predators see this as their opportunity. As soon as the mother begins to move away, the lions and wolves close in on the helpless calf. The baby elephant is terrified. It feels the sharp fangs of the wolves nipping at its hind legs. Blood starts to seep from the small wounds, and the baby lets out an agonizing scream that echoes through the jungle. The predators, smelling the blood, become more aggressive, but they are cautious. They know that the mother elephant is still nearby, and they do not want to provoke her wrath too soon. In the distance, the mother elephant hears her baby's cry and rushes back. She charges at the lions and wolves with a fury only a mother could summon. The predators, sensing the danger, retreat, but only slightly. They form a circle around the baby elephant, waiting for the right moment to strike again. Exhausted and bleeding herself, the mother elephant stands over her baby, using her massive body as a shield. The predators are patient. They know that the mother elephant is weakening, and they are content to wait her out. Meanwhile, the baby continues to cry, its legs still firmly trapped, and time is running out. In the distance, the sound of the train's whistle cuts through the tension. The mother elephant's heart sinks. The train is coming, and there is little time left. The predators, sensing that the train could pose a threat to them as well, retreat slightly but remain close enough to pounce when the moment is right. Just as all hope seems lost, a group of tourists on a safari stumbles upon the scene. They quickly assess the situation and realize the danger that both the mother and baby elephant are in. Without hesitation, they spring into action, grabbing whatever tools they can find to try to free the baby elephant from the tracks. They work quickly, knowing that the train is fast approaching. The sound of the whistle grows louder, and the ground begins to tremble as the train draws nearer. The tourists manage to fashion a makeshift lever from a nearby tree branch and, with great effort, begin to pry the tracks apart. The lions and wolves, realizing that their meal is slipping away, make one final attempt to get at the baby elephant, but the mother elephant, with the last of her strength, charges at them once again, driving them back for good. Finally, with the combined strength of the tourists and the mother elephant's determination, the baby elephant is freed just moments before the train roars past. The tourists cheer as the mother elephant nudges her baby, now safe and free from the tracks. The climax of the story is marked by the intense action as the mother elephant defends her baby from predators while also trying to save it from the oncoming train. As the lions and wolves close in, the tension reaches its peak. The mother elephant's fear for her baby's life is palpable, and every second feels like a lifetime as she fights off the predators with all the strength she has left. At the same time, the tourists are working frantically to free the baby elephant from the tracks. The sound of the approaching train grows louder, and the ground begins to shake as the massive locomotive barrels down the track. The tourists know that they only have a few minutes to save the baby elephant, and their desperation mirrors the mother elephant's frantic efforts. The predators, sensing that their meal is slipping away, become more aggressive. One of the lions charges at the baby elephant, but the mother elephant intercepts it with a powerful swipe of her trunk, sending the lion sprawling. The wolves, meanwhile, continue to circle, looking for an opening to attack. The tourists, using every ounce of strength they have, finally manage to pry the tracks apart just enough for the baby elephant to pull its leg free. The baby elephant stumbles forward, but it is weak from exhaustion and blood loss. The tourists quickly help it to its feet, and the mother elephant nudges it with her trunk, urging it to move away from the tracks. The train is now just seconds away, and the tourists and elephants alike scramble to get out of its path. With a deafening roar, the train passes by, missing the baby elephant by mere inches. The tourists breathe a sigh of relief, but the danger is not over yet. The lions and wolves are still lurking, waiting for another opportunity to strike. The mother elephant, though badly injured, stands tall and defiant, ready to protect her baby at all costs. The tourists, seeing the determination in her eyes, decide to stay and help. They form a protective circle around the elephants, brandishing sticks and stones to keep the predators at bay. The standoff between the tourists, the elephants, and the predators lasts for what feels like eternity. But eventually, the lions and wolves realize that they will not be able to take down the mother elephant or her baby. They retreat into the jungle, disappearing into the shadows. The dust begins to settle as the lions and wolves retreat into the depths of the jungle, vanishing from sight, but leaving behind an intense scene of survival. Both the mother elephant and her baby are battered and bruised, yet they remain together, alive. The tourists, who had acted swiftly to save the baby elephant, stand nearby, their hearts racing from the adrenaline of a near-death experience. The baby elephant, though free from the track, is still visibly in pain. Its leg is swollen, and it limps as it tries to move closer to its mother. The sight tugs at the emotions of the tourists, who realize that their help is far from over. The jungle is still dangerous, and even though the predators are momentarily gone, they could return at any moment. A couple of the tourists approach the elephants cautiously, speaking in soft, reassuring voices. The mother elephant, ever protective, eyes them warily but seems to sense that these humans mean no harm. With every step, the bond between the humans and the elephants deepens. The tourists quickly gather supplies, medical kits, water, and food, that they had packed for their trip, realizing that the elephants are in desperate need of care. They gently begin to clean the wounds of the baby elephant, using whatever antiseptic they have available to prevent infection. The mother elephant watches closely but allows them to help, recognizing their compassion. The tourists work efficiently, their fear giving way to determination as they band together to do everything in their power to save these majestic creatures. One of the tourists, who happens to be a veterinarian, examines the baby elephant's leg and offers a glimmer of hope. Although the leg is injured, it is not broken. With proper rest and care, the baby could fully recover. This news lifts the spirits of everyone present, including the mother elephant, whose body relaxes slightly as she realizes her baby has a chance of survival. However, the train track still looms nearby, and the faint sound of another train whistle in the distance reminds everyone that their time is limited. While the tourists were able to save the baby elephant from the predators, they now face another race against time. They must get the elephants away from the track before the next train arrives. The tourists quickly form a plan. Using their vehicles and whatever ropes and tools they have, they create a makeshift system to help move the elephants away from the tracks. The mother elephant, though injured, manages to find the strength to guide her baby towards safety. The baby elephant, still limping, follows closely, supported by the efforts of both its mother and the tourists. As they work together, the bond between humans and the elephants grows even stronger. It's a powerful, silent understanding that transcends language. The tourists know that they are witnessing something extraordinary, a moment of pure, unfiltered compassion between species, driven by the universal desire to protect and nurture life. With great effort, the group manages to lead the elephants to a safe clearing far from the railway track, just in time. Moments later, the train speeds by, its powerful force shaking the ground beneath them. The tourists breathe a collective sigh of relief, knowing they had narrowly avoided disaster. As the train fades into the distance, leaving nothing but the quiet hum of the jungle behind, the tourists and elephants find a moment of peace. The mother elephant, still weak from her injuries, stands protectively over her baby, who is now resting but no longer crying in pain. The tourists, exhausted but relieved, gather around, reflecting on the incredible journey they have just experienced. For the mother elephant, the sight of her baby safe and out of harm's way is everything. She nuzzles her calf gently, her large, tired eyes filled with gratitude. Though unable to speak, her actions communicate more than words ever could. The bond between mother and child remains unbroken, stronger than ever, forged through their shared struggle for survival. The tourists, too, are forever changed by this experience. They had come to the jungle for an adventure, but what they found was something far more profound. As they watch the elephants interact, they are reminded of the deep connections that exist in nature, even between different species. There's a sense of humility that washes over them, a recognition that they had the power to make a difference in the lives of these magnificent creatures. One of the tourists, the veterinarian, suggests contacting local wildlife rescue organizations to ensure that the elephants receive the care they need to fully recover. The group agrees, knowing that their work is not yet done. They use their radios to call for help, relaying the story of what happened and requesting immediate assistance. As they wait for the rescue team to arrive, the tourists take a moment to sit in quiet reflection. The sounds of the jungle, once threatening, now seem peaceful, a reminder of the delicate balance that exists in the natural world. They are grateful for the opportunity to have been a part of this story, to have played a role in saving these elephants from certain death. The mother elephant, sensing that the immediate danger is past, finally allows herself to rest. She lies down next to her baby, and the two of them drift into a much-needed sleep, their bodies still pressed close together. The tourists watch in awe, marveling at the resilience and strength of these animals. When the wildlife rescue team arrives, they are quick to take over, bringing with them medical supplies and equipment to transport the elephants to a nearby sanctuary where they can heal in safety. The tourists, though sad to say goodbye, are comforted by the knowledge that the elephants will be well taken care of. As the rescue team prepares to leave, one of the tourists walks up to the mother elephant and gently touches her trunk. The elephant, though tired, acknowledges the gesture, her eyes reflecting a quiet understanding. It is a moment of profound connection, a final goodbye between two beings who, despite their differences, came together in a time of crisis. The tourist watches the rescue team carefully loads the elephants onto their trucks and drives them away, disappearing into the distance. There's a sense of closure, but also a sense of fulfillment. They had witnessed something truly remarkable, a story of survival, love, and the unbreakable bond between a mother and her child. As the tourists pack up their gear and prepare to leave the jungle, they know that they will never forget what happened that day. The image of the mother elephant standing over her baby, fighting off predators and defying the odds, will stay with them forever. The jungle, once again, returns to its quiet rhythm. But for those who were there, the memory of this extraordinary encounter will live on in their hearts, a reminder of the power of compassion and the importance of protecting all life, no matter how big or small. This heart-wrenching story of survival shows the power of love and bravery. It reminds us that animals, too, experience fear, pain, and the deep bond between parent and child. Please consider supporting wildlife rescue organizations and spread awareness about the dangers animals face in the wild. Your compassion can make a difference in protecting these incredible creatures. Don't forget to share this story with your friends and family. And let's work together to help save our wildlife before it's too late.